Welcome to the Lose Weight, Live Life podcast. If you're someone who would do anything to lose weight, yet finds it impossible to stick to a diet, to eat less, or just what you think you should, this podcast is for you. I am your host, certified life and weight mindset coach Claire MACKENZIE. Listen in to learn how to stop overeating, lose weight for the last time, and create a relationship with food and yourself that you love, all without diet deprivation and self-sabotage. Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to podcast episode 116. Today we're exploring what it looks like to have your own back when it comes to your weight loss journey. But first, I want to let you know that we're just getting started with the Winter 2023 live taught Food for Thought program inside of the Lose Weight, Live Life Academy. The Setting Yourself Up for Success call took place this week and is available for you to watch now when you join. And then next week, we're focusing on how to eat right for you. Also in February in the Academy, we're focusing on helping you build a better relationship with yourself. And there will be a number of classes that will follow on very well from this podcast episode. Let me tell you a little bit more about those. One of them is called Loving Yourself Unconditionally. Now, because unconditional self-love sadly isn't the norm for women in midlife, having grown up in a world where women are constantly judged for how they look and behave, it's not easy to feel unconditional self-love and appreciation for ourselves. So what we're going to do in this class is help you discover what unconditional self-love looks like and why you might want it for you. We're also going to look at why you are good enough and can love yourself unconditionally exactly as you are. And we're going to look at how loving yourself unconditionally will help and not hinder your evolution to becoming the future you that you want to be. Then, another class that we have in February is called Letting Go and Rewriting Your Past. Because we all have a past. We can't change our past, but we can change the stories we tell ourselves and others about our past. And it's useful to consider whether the stories you're telling yourself and others are holding on to, the stories you're holding on to about your past, whether they are helping or hindering you creating what you want with your weight loss and with your life. From holding yourself back because of past failures, to undermining yourself because of past relationships, to maybe being impacted by past traumas, the stories you tell yourself today will determine whether events from your past are empowering you or disempowering how you show up in your life today and for your weight loss journey. And so that's what we're going to cover in that call. And then we also have a call on self-concept and self-care. Now, in this call, we are going to explore the concept of self. How much do you really think about your self-concept? And actually, what even is your self-concept? Well, one theory is that it's made up of your self-image, ideal self, and self-esteem. So we're going to explore that a little. And we're also going to look at how your ability to change your self-concept into anything you want it to be. It's likely that you think unknowingly, because let's face it, we're not all going around thinking about our self-concept, that your identity is fixed. But the truth is, it's just a set of beliefs that you have about yourself and that you've maybe been carrying around for years. So if you want to transform any aspect of your life, your self-concept is the place to start. And we're also going to look at how you take care of yourself can help you create the self-concept that you want to. So whether you're ready to embark on your weight loss journey by working on your relationship with food and going through the live taught Food for Thought program with us, or maybe you're not ready to focus on your food relationship yet, but you know that you would like to improve the relationship you have with yourself. Either way, we would love to have you join us, and you can find out all the details and enroll at www.thebestyou.coach/enroll. Okay, so the topic of today's episode, having your own back. What do I mean by that phrase, having your own back? To me, having your own back when it comes to your weight loss journey looks like you thinking supportive thoughts about yourself no matter what. It looks like you feeling self-love no matter what, and it looks like you accepting and even embracing mistakes and failures, and at the same time not using those mistakes and failures against yourself. It looks like you doing things to help you enjoy the process of weight loss and to make the process of weight loss easier. It looks like you making eating and food related and weight loss journey related decisions from a foundation of kindness towards yourself. Most of us don't naturally have our own back when it comes to losing weight because we're so used to being in battle with ourselves and beating ourselves up for not losing weight fast enough, going into battle with ourselves for eating foods that we tell ourselves the wrong, in inverted commas, foods, and then making ourselves wrong for eating them. When I previously dieted to lose weight, I did not have my own back when I was losing weight. I didn't have my own back when I wasn't dieting to lose weight either. I used to spend way too much time thinking about how much I weighed, what I ate, what I wasn't eating, what I should be eating in a way that didn't feel good. It was exhausting and it was a real distraction from enjoying my life. Through my weight loss journey, I found the opportunity to learn on so many levels. I've learned about the way that I think, the way that I feel, the way that I act, and I've learned that I've been avoiding living an intentional life by buffering with food and watching way too much Netflix. Through my weight loss journey, I learned, and I'm continuing to learn because we're always learning, to have much better integrity with myself and live an intentional life. And it took me a long time to see that I was approaching weight loss with an attitude of resistance, resentment, frustration, and the self-loathing was that as well. Now, the frustration was evident, but the self-loathing, it was pretty hidden. But I didn't have my own back in any of it. And I think that it may have been, at least in part, due to all of the years of thinking that this time I would lose the weight and then failing and being oh so annoyed with myself. I'm now aware of how important it is to help my clients approach weight loss from a place of love, care, allowing, acceptance, and compassion. I help you learn to have your own back. The opposite of having your own back is beating yourself up. And this may be so normal for you. If you're constantly operating in beating yourself up mode, you may not even know that you're doing it, just like a fish is unaware of the water in which it swims. You beating yourself up may look like you being resentful of the deprivation you assume, without realizing it, is necessary for you to lose weight, but in fact, there's no deprivation required at all. You beating yourself up may look like you hating your body because it's carrying excess weight, excess skin, or it's showing signs of aging. It might be you not having your own back on your weight loss journey may look like you resisting feeling the emotions that come up when you're not numbing them with food. It may look like you struggling to not eat through use of sheer willpower that feels really uncomfortable, but you hold on to struggling with that because you're scared of losing your grip. When you don't have your own back, you're in a hurry to lose weight because you think that losing weight will mean that you're better in some way that has nothing to do with you wanting to be emotionally or physically healthier. You might be scared to eat foods that give you pleasure because you don't trust yourself to stay in control around them. You not having your own back may look like you wanting to literally do anything you can, any severe method you can to lose weight as soon as possible so that you can accept yourself, like yourself. And you may be afraid that if you're not doing this, if you're not restricting and you're not being hypervigilant of what you're eating and how you're being, that you'll swing to the other side. And on that other side, you may find yourself eating whatever you want and not paying attention at all. You may call it pleasure, you may call it treating yourself, but it's anything but. This is not you having your own back either. This is you eating behind your own back. You may not even understand why you're eating, what you're eating. You may not be enjoying your food, but you're eating it anyway. You're not weighing yourself, you're not paying attention to your body at all. It's complete avoidance. And in fact, you're avoiding yourself so much, you're not even aware that you're beating yourself whilst you're doing it. You've not got your own back because you're unconsciously thinking that your body doesn't matter, that you shouldn't pay attention to any of it, and you should just eat whatever you want. This is the opposite of self-care. This is you beating yourself up with your actions. Having your own back on your weight loss journey feels like calm between these two extremes of beating yourself up with self-discipline and beating yourself up with neglecting to pay attention. Having your own back on your weight loss journey feels like loving yourself as you seek your truth, the truth of what is the balance between eating for fuel and nourishment and comfort and pleasure that is right for you. And it's right for you because it creates emotional and physical wellness. It's where you're balancing your desire to eat better and do healthier things with accepting yourself as you are and loving yourself through your failures and embracing your imperfections. And that's one of the differences between the wrong way and the right way to lose and manage your weight. The right way is filled with love and the wrong way isn't. That's why the weight loss process that I teach you is structured in a way that allows you to make your own decisions about the fuel that you put in your body. The way that you will know if you're doing weight loss or any kind of eating management correctly is if you feel love towards yourself. And you can feel this love and acceptance of yourself because you're willing and wanting to invest in you. You feel good about writing down what you're eating. You're not afraid to acknowledge what you're eating because you're not judging it. You're not afraid to weigh yourself. You're not afraid to start exploring how you feel about your body. You're willing to start loving it for what it is, an amazing human body that is taking care of you. And you'll recognize that when you love your body now, you want to put healthy, energizing food into it. And you're willing to invest time in learning how to allow your emotions instead of eating your way through them. You'll be able to observe yourself without judgment. You'll stay committed and disciplined with love and not with punishment. You'll recognize when it's challenging and know that that's okay. You will feel discomfort, of course, when you're going through this process because that's what life is. But discomfort with an under foundation of love is very different than the discomfort with the under foundation of self-loathing and punishment. This is you having your own back. What I encourage you to do today to apply what you're learning here to your life is to write down your thoughts about this podcast episode. I would suggest you go back, listen to it again, stop and pause and really think about how you are thinking and feeling and what you're doing about yourself and whether it feels like you having your own back or not. Okay, take a pen and paper and write down what you think about your relationship with yourself, with food, with eating, all of it. Get it all out of your head. Don't be judgmental of what comes up, just get it all down. And from there, you can start to explore your thoughts and feelings one by one. And once you have a clear understanding of where you are, you can start to think about how you might like to move forward. And of course, if you want to take this work to the next level, come join us in the Lose Weight, Live Life Academy, where you can choose to work on your relationship with food by joining us as we work through the Food for Thought program. Or you can choose right now in February to work on your relationship with yourself and participate in the calls that we have coming up, where we will be exploring, as I said, loving yourself unconditionally, letting go and rewriting your past, and self-concept and self-care. And if you enjoyed this podcast episode, and if you haven't rated this podcast yet, I would love you to rate it and leave a review, please. I'd be ever so incredibly grateful. Highly rating and leaving a review of this podcast means that Apple and the other podcast platforms will show it to more people, which means that others who may feel like they're in a real struggle with their weight will discover that they're not alone, that what they're experiencing is very normal, and hopefully through this podcast can get some information to help them. And as always, thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to sharing more with you next week. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast and are ready to live a more intentional life, lose weight as a part of that journey, and create a relationship with food and yourself that you love, then I would be honoured to have you join the Lose Weight, Live Life Academy membership and coach with me. The programme offers different levels of support to suit you, including self-paced learning, twice weekly calls, private coaching, an amazingly caring community, and lots more. Find out all the details about when and how you can join at www.thebestyou.coach/coaching.